Our hearts go out to all those who are in the midst of the flooding and devastation that is happening in Texas, the Houston area, Corpus Christi, Galveston, and many other smaller towns that are around that area. I am certain that you feel just like me and probably millions of other Americans and even throughout the world as they're seeing images through the TV and news and of all the devastation. Compassion, concern, I think hits us all in regards to what's going to happen with all these people and what is happening. Obviously, it's affected millions. And Hurricane Harvey came at a time where America really needed something to rally around. And we're glad that people are coming around together to help each other, whatever color they are, whatever nationality they are, whatever social status they are, they're all gathering together to help those that are in need. The rain has reached record proportions, and it's gone beyond what people ever imagined. In some areas, they say that it's gone up to even 40 inches. It is far beyond what we can ever think of. People are with no electricity. The streets are more like waterways, and where people with boats are coming in to rescue those off their abandoned homes and off the rooftops or off the second floors, wherever they're at, because the first floors are completely underwater. Homes, businesses have been flooded, and many have been abandoned. Such anguish, such loss, lives, although there have been limited amount of those lives that have been lost, but many lives have been definitely traumatically moved by what they've seen and what they're experiencing. Literally, through the material world, billions and billions of dollars will be necessary to be able to repair all this damage that the water is causing and will continue to cause, as a matter of fact. You know, as a whole, America has responded well. They have responded with courage and with great resolve to assist all those that are in need for shelter, food, and clothing. The generosity has been overwhelming. Sports figures, sports owners, Hollywood actors, politicians, musicians, and many, many other more people from different walks of professions, even corporate America, is giving money. I mean, hundreds of thousands of dollars and even up to millions of dollars for the sake of reconstruction and for the sake of even sustaining those people that are found in these refugee areas. You know, America has a great heart, always had a great heart, but America needs to learn to come back to God. It's moments like this that we understand what true Americans are really about, not only Americans to say, but even Christian that are living in America. We open our hearts, but we also open our wallets. And I believe that even people here in Calexico and here in Pearl Valley are doing similar acts of kindness and generosity for the people in Texas. But you may ask, maybe like many people there are asking, where is God in all this? Because that's the basics for what we're doing this devotion. Well, I'm reminded of the time when Jesus was in a boat and he was going across the Sea of Galilee, and he told the disciples, we're going to go across to the other side. And as they were going, the storm arose, the Bible says, and the disciples got scared because the winds were great and the waves were too high, and they were afraid that they were going to lose their lives. So they went down to where Jesus was, because they knew that only Jesus could save them, because they had seen the power of Jesus performing other miracles, and they knew he was able to do something. So they went down, the scripture says that they went down to where Jesus was because he was asleep, and they called out, Master, Master, save us. Don't you care that we're going to die? In Mark chapter 4, verse 35, you find this story. The Bible says that he gets up and he speaks to the winds and he calms them. All of a sudden, there's great peace. I believe that Jesus is right there in the middle of all that water flooding. I believe that Jesus is right there with the poor. I believe he's there with those that feel abandoned, those that feel that they've lost everything. He's among the rescuers, those that are rescuing people, and he's among those that are being rescued. Psalms 121 says that he never sleeps. He is ever watching. He never slumbers. He's attentive to the cry of all those who are calling out for help and are always looking upwards towards heaven. And I think that this segment of society, this segment of the United States, is looking towards the heavens, not because of the rain that's coming down, but because they know that their help only comes from God. So the second question is, what does he want us to do? Well, just like the story Jesus tells the disciples, reminds them of the following. He says, why are you afraid? Don't you have any faith? And our answer is, yes, we have faith. We believe you can calm not only the winds of the rain and move that storm on, but we also believe that you can calm the hearts and the lives of all those that have been hurt and damaged by these floods. I believe that His church in America is about to experience a spiritual breakthrough in the midst of this catastrophe, because God's people are falling before God, are calling His name for mercy and for grace and for extension of mercy upon those people that are there. So faith has motivated them. And that's why I believe that we all have faith. But we got to use that faith to do two things. One, we got to pray for the broken. Pray for the lost. Pray for those that are hurting. Pray for those that lost everything. I think we need to spend a specific amount of time daily for those people that are in this need. We need to pray that God be glorified and exalted through a miracle after miracle that will happen, because I believe God's children are interceding. We need to pray for the lost so God can save the lost. God can heal the sick, and He can heal the brokenhearted in the midst of the storm. And number two, I believe that our answer is we got to give. We need to give. We have to have a generous heart. We need to meet some of the essential needs of these people that are lost everything. Many people are there without nothing. And I believe that we as His people, even from here from Calexico, we can put our grain of salt. We can plant seeds of blessing towards those people in Texas. You know, the Assemblies of God has a benevolence, a group, and that's called the Convoy of Hope. And every time there's a great disaster, whether it's here in the United States or even abroad, Convoy of Hope is the first to be there to help out with clothes, food, and shelter. So I will ask of you today, if you have a heart and you have faith that God will do things, that you join in with us. In our webpage, you will find a section where you can donate, and we will have a earmarked for Texas hurricane victims. We want you to give. We'll put that money together and we'll send it Sunday. I asked people if they wanted to give. There are some people that gave. I'm going to make it again this Wednesday and this Sunday, and then we'll put all those monies together for Texas flood victims. Join in. The stories, I believe that the stories are going to come out of this moment. It's going to have eternal impact. Not only for those that are directly affected, they're going to see God's hand, but also for us, the church and the people around us. Especially and now, because God's going to show His mercy. God's going to show His grace. You know, Psalms 121 begins to say, those that know of God will need to look up towards heaven, because that's where our help comes from. So I ask of you, keep looking upward. Keep your faith. Our help comes from God. God, who is creator of the heavens and earth. He's the one that's near you, and He's near to them. And our prayers will connect one with another. So let us continue to pray. Let's continue to give for the victims and the flood. May God bless you.